A day after President Uhuru Kenyatta signaled his intention to tackle the soaring level of the public wage bill, the Budget Committee of the National Assembly has come up with some recommendations towards reducing the size of government. The devolved size of government and the hefty pay of some civil servants is a source of concern to many, given the hundreds of billions of shillings it gobbles up each year.
And how should we reduce the wage bill? The money sent to counties is meant a lot for development and not necessarily to spend on salaries and wages. So one item, the one we said, we would like to reduce the number of MCAs, members of county assemblies, who are nominated. At the moment, there are 777 nominated women.
The two-thirds gender rule, which advocates for having no gender represented by more than two-thirds in the National Assembly, the Senate and the county assemblies, however, seems likely to throw a spanner in the works with regard to the wage bill. In the worst-case scenario where all the seats available to men or women to battle it out are taken up by men, an additional 95 women will need to be selected to satisfy the gender rule. This will bring the total number of representatives at that house to 444 members. The addition of the 95 women would mean that assuming a reduction in the salaries of MPs is achieved, it will be outweighed by having to factor in the cost of paying the new MPs.
Provide for electoral processes.
The Senate has 67 members. Adding to the numbers in order to align with the gender rules requirements would mean an upward adjustment of the wage bill. If the same happens to the members of county assemblies, who now total 1,470, there will be hundreds more MCAs, presuming an electorate which chose to be chauvinist and whose voting pattern will need to be corrected through the nomination of additional members. The cumulative effect will be a significant increase of the wage bill to address the gender imbalance. The net effect of implementing the gender rule, whenever it shall be implemented, is unlikely to be a reduction of the wage bill, which has spiraled upwards since the devolved structure of government came into being.
The public wage bill stands at 627 billion shillings per year, amounting to 50% of the total revenues collected by government. This staggering amount is used to pay the salaries and allowances of 700,000 public officers, including those of us who are here today.
The two-thirds gender rule remains a problematic piece of legislation to implement, so much so that it seems the government is biding its time, as if doing so would automatically address it. The Budget Committee of the National Assembly is proposing, among other things, the abolition or strengthening of the Senate and a reduction of constituencies to address not only the wage bill, but the size of government, which some may argue is too big for its own good as currently constituted.
Do things the way they say.
Alex Mwangi, NTV.